Welcome to the VoiceMe Podcast, information and advice on the world of voiceover, presented by voiceme.co.za, the South African search directory for voice artists and related services. I'm Andrew Sutherland, founder of VoiceMe, and today I'm going to talk about something that tends to make even seasoned pro voice artists squirm: cold outreach messages to potential clients. If the very thought of sending a message to someone you haven't worked with before makes your stomach drop, you are definitely not alone. But here's the truth. Cold outreach doesn't have to feel cold at all. Done properly, it can open doors, forge relationships, and land long-term gigs. In this episode, I'll unpack the 5 key elements to effective outreach, walk you through the research process that you need to do before hitting send, and give you some simple follow-up strategies that you can use today. Let's start by acknowledging the dread. Cold outreach feels scary because we often associate it with rejection, or worse, with being seen as spammy or desperate. But the reality is, when it's infused with empathy, authenticity, and clear, respectful communication, it stops being a transaction and becomes the beginning of a conversation. And that's what this is all about: building connections, not just chasing gigs. Cold outreach at its core is relationship building, not sales. Human-to-human connection. And there are 5 key elements to effective outreach: personalization, relevance, brevity, clarity and confidence, and call to connection. So let's briefly break each one down. Personalization. True personalization goes far beyond using someone's name. It's about showing that you've taken the time to understand who they are and what they do. Mention a specific campaign, tone, or creative decision you admired. Show them that your email wasn't a copy-paste job. It was crafted for them. For example, a voice artist reaches out to a creative director at an animation studio. Instead of starting with, "Hi name, I'm a voice actor," they opened with, "I really enjoyed your short film Flicker. The way you played with silence and vocal texture gave it so much more emotional weight." They then mention how their voice style could support similarly layered character work. The director replied, "Why? Because it felt like a real human connection, not a pitch blast." Relevance. This is where your understanding of their world really shines. Don't just pitch your skills. Frame your message in terms of how you can help them. If they do e-learning, highlight how your delivery supports learner retention. If they focus on animation, speak to the emotional versatility of your character reads. Your message needs to have relevance to them, or it's gonna get trashed. For example, an explainer video agency gets a message from a voice artist who didn't just say, "I do VO for corporate learning content." Instead, they wrote, "I focus on clear, neutral accent English with a warm tone, something that keeps the message clear and easy to understand." In your series on digital compliance, for example, that delivery style could help increase learner engagement and retention. That agency hadn't thought about voiceover affecting learning retention, but it clicked. Brevity. A great cold message is short, clean, and easy to read. It respects the recipient's time. Think of it like a VO script. Every word must earn its place. No one needs your whole life story or all your accomplishments in a single email. That's a quick way to get ignored. Keep it short, clear, and professional. For example, a production manager receives a message from a voice artist that runs 5 paragraphs, listing awards, full client history, and unrelated skills. It was ignored. Another artist simply wrote, "Hi, I'm a South African voice artist with 15 years experience in commercial and corporate narration. I followed your recent work for Brand X, great energy and pacing. I'd love to send a short demo if you're ever casting for similar campaigns." It took 20 seconds to read and got a reply. Clarity and confidence. Say who you are, what you do, and why you're reaching out, without hedging or apologizing. Sorry to bother you weakens your positioning. You're offering a valuable service. Present yourself as a peer. Clients like to work with confident people. Being shy and apologetic signals the opposite of this. For example, an artist starts an outreach email with, "I'm sorry to bother you, I know you're probably too busy." That message didn't get opened. Another opened with, "I'm a full-time voice artist specializing in natural conversational reads for e-learning and explainer videos. I've worked with brands like X and Y, and I'd love to be considered for future projects." It feels confident, not cocky. That client later said, "You felt like someone I could trust with a project. No hand-holding." Call to connection, not a call to conversion. This one's crucial. Don't try to close a deal in the first email or message. That sounds salesy. Instead, invite a conversation. A simple, "Would love to connect if there's a fit in your next project," or "Happy to send some samples or demos." That creates space for dialogue instead of pressure. For example, instead of ending with, "Here's my rate card," or "Let me know when you'd like to book," try, "If it's helpful, I'm happy to send some samples tailored to your projects," or just connect for future possibilities. This leaves space for a no-pressure response. So let's take all 5 of these and put them together. Here's an example or a template that you can use. "Hi, name. I came across your recent campaign for brand X and loved how it all came together. I'm a South African voice artist with a clean, neutral delivery and experience in commercial and corporate reads. Would love to be considered for future projects if there's a fit. Happy to hop onto a quick Zoom call or share a demo reel. Let's keep in touch. Thanks. Your name and contact info." Keeping it human, keeping it personalized, and keeping it short. You're starting a relationship, not closing a sale. And this example also works because it was rooted in smart research. Before you send any message, spend a few minutes doing the homework and learning about the person you're intending to connect with. Understand their role. Are they a producer, a casting director? Tailor your language accordingly. Explore their work. Watch their videos, read their posts, analyze their style. Look for common ground. Shared connections or shared values make outreach feel much more natural. Match their tone. If their website is quirky and fun, don't write a stiff formal message. Mirror their brand's voice. Be specific. Reference a real, recent detail from their work. It proves you care and makes your message far more engaging. And a pro tip, save your research. A CRM is really handy for this, but you can use whatever works for you. If you don't hear back right away from them, you'll have some helpful context when following up later. Speaking of which, the key to making all of this work, following up. One message is very rarely enough. Always follow up, but always be respectful. Just a quick, short message with the same 5 elements in mind. "Hi, name. Just a quick nudge in case my earlier message got buried. Happy to share demos or chat if there might be a fit down the line." No pressure, just keeping yourself top of mind. Time it for a midweek morning if you can. That's when most people are likely to engage. After the Monday scramble and before the end of week rush. And if they're active on social media, engage there as well. Comment on their posts and let your name become familiar, not intrusive. To recap all this, personalization. It's not about saying their name, it's about showing you did your homework, understood their role, learned about their work, and customized a message just for them. Relevance, framing your skills in their context, not yours. Brevity, respecting their time like you'd respect airtime in a script. Clarity and confidence, be direct, not deferential. And a call to connection, not a sales pitch, a door opener to a conversation. And if you take anything away from this episode, let it be this. Cold outreach is not about getting something. It's about giving something. A thoughtful insight, a respectful compliment, a potential solution to your client's problems. You're not spamming inboxes. You're building bridges. So here's your mission for the week. Find one person or company whose work you admire. Spend 10 to 15 minutes researching them. Then craft a short, human, high-quality message using the principles we've discussed today. Send it. Then do it again. Every single day. Not just to get a job, but to spark a conversation. If you need more info about marketing and cold emailing, check out episode 6 on getting VO work and marketing, episode 11 on features and benefits in voiceover marketing, and episode 12, how to slide into a client's inbox. All those episodes have great information about how to improve your marketing. And that's all for this week's episode. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out to me and my support team at support@voiceme.co.za. Leave a comment here or give me a call on 0861 VoiceMe. That's 0861 864 2363 if you're in South Africa. And to sign up for a VoiceMe profile, register from the homepage at voiceme.co.za. If you like this episode, please like, share, subscribe, turn on automatic downloads, or click the bell icon to get notified so you don't miss our next one. I'm Andrew Sutherland, and that's it from me here at VoiceMe for this week. Cheers for now.